Hello YouTube, I have got a servo for the Z-axis. Here it is. It is one of those 80M04025B. 80 size, that has to do with the flange diameter here. 04 means 4 Newton meter, it says there. And 25 means 2500 RPM and B means brake. This unit there is a brake. This type of servo motors, they are flooded on eBay and AliExpress and all those places. What is unique with this one is the connectors. I don't know how they are connected. That was a stupid thing, right? This one says, anyway, U, V, and W, and PE. So that is possible to figure out how that should be connected. This is for the encoder. There is an encoder up here. I cannot, just by looking at it, figure out how they are connected up here. But I have this type of servo on my X and Y axis, so I can, by looking at that installation, figure out that. Anyways, I have bought new cables here, so I will have to wait for them for... So, that one is known, unknown. This one is for the brake. This is a new one. And here is the documentation. This is the documentation I have, how it should be connected. 1 and 2, they are numbered here. So that is possible to understand, 1, 2 and 3. And 1 and 2 obviously. DC 24 volt. But it's time for a little party trick. I guess we have all seen it. Yeah, so it was clear. Plus is 1 and negative is 2. Okay, so I have prepared a connector, 1 plus and 2 minus. And now the brake is on. 24 volt. Let's see what happens. Should have rehearsed this better. There we are. And can you see there? If not, 24 volt, 0.61 amps. So I need to supply voltage to this one by a relay, that is for sure. And how much is that? A little bit over 1 watts, isn't it? 1.5 watt, can it be? Yeah. And how much is that? 24 volts, and now we are on 0.57 amps. What is that? 15 watts or so? 12, 15 watts, thereabout. Yeah, that has to be supplied by a relay, that is for sure. And I think I have 15 watts available on my 24 volt power supply in the cabinet, so that should be fine. I need to wire it up though. Yeah, immediate break there. So that works fine. Another thing I can check, that is if the coupling works, and now it is. Oh, that was stupid. I have to rotate it a little bit there. So there is a key there. I can make a keyway in this one. But I don't really see that I want to do that. There. And this one will fit nicely there, of course. Yeah, so what else can I do? Maybe I can figure out how the encoder is connected to that coupling there. So not an active component. Am I doing something stupid now? Yes, I am, I guess. Haven't we all wanted to see this? How this works? Well, there wasn't much to say about that. There is a complete unit for that. Can we see that? Nemicon Corp. There is a model number 48T25-5MD94. I have checked around a bit for the info on this type of encoder, and yeah, it is always reassuring when the sticker sits on really straight onto the product. So yeah, it is probably not made by this company. That's a Japanese company. Anyways, this designation is not to be found among the products from this company. It is supposed to mean 48, that is the size here. T is a taper, is a hollow taper, that is the connection to the shaft there, and that is a key thing here. 25, that is the resolution, 2500 steps per revolution, I think. The 5 is for a line driver protocol, M is, I think that is for an indexing dial, and D was, yeah, it was something related to that. Anyways, if you look here, under this little tab here, there is a screw, and who can resist a screw? I cannot do that. So my thinking is that this screws keeps the taper locked to the encoder there. And yes, we do need to take this apart now to see if I can release the taper there, because if I cannot release the taper, then it will not come apart. So yeah, that is the question. Can this now be opened? And this symbol is clear, only use 2 sticks and a hammer. Oh. And no hammering, here it is. Tapered. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Yeah. And now the next thing, the brake, of course. So there doesn't seem to be a bearing right there. Can't be that this one holds it back. No. There we go. I was too busy looking up here. It was here it happened. If I open it up here, it is the whole shaft or the whole rotor that gets pulled out. I'm not sure if you can see that. But right now I don't want to take it out completely, because this crimp hose here, that is in a way there a bit. I think it is tangled up there in that connector there for the brake. And we don't really need to see it, right? We understand how it works. There is a brake unit here, which can probably be opened up. Doesn't look to be from this side, probably from the other side. So I think that's it, and we understand how it works, and that's enough. Yeah, there we have it. So that is what is inside a servo motor. But I still haven't figured out how this contact is connected. So I went for a googling session, and I must pride myself to be a really good googler. So what I found is this sheet here. I think this is the only sheet there is on the internet. Exactly this model, 48T25MD4, 4 poles, yeah, okay. And it is pretty detailed here, see if you can see that. So this is standard quadrature signal with 90 degrees phase shift and an occasional index signal. This is some other signal with 120 degrees phase shift, and that is EUVW. And here is actually all the colors. So I went back and checked the cabling color then on the encoder that we just had in the contact here. No, they don't agree. It is not the same. I just forget that. So what can I do? Well, so the next thing that was to check in the manual for a servo driver from the same company that makes this motor. And yeah, look here. First up here, there is that connector. 15 pins, and on the servo driver it is this DB15 connector with 3 row, HD connector I think, and here is actually exactly how it is connected, and it says here how the DB15 is connected, all the signal types, even the colors in that cable, and I checked that to what's in here, and that didn't agree. So I obviously cannot really trust the colors here. Now I know what is expected in this connector, but I will not use this servo driver. I will use that AASD servo driver I have. And I checked in that manual. I checked there, there is also well documented. Again a DB15, but this is a 2-row type. But here it is well outlined, A, B, C signal, U, V, W. Plus minus and plus. So what I will do is an adapter that goes from this type of DB15 with this pin out to that type of DB15 with that pin out. And then I can use that cable that I just ordered. It will come in a few weeks. And by the way, that could be a problem here, because the next video in this series it could be delayed. So now you know that. Anyways, I think this is it for this video. Thanks for watching.